So in this day and age, how do you make money? We want the viewers to know. People want to make money. How do you make money?
So like, I can only really give examples on how I feel the right way for someone like me to make money. It's very difficult to give advice on making money just in case it doesn't suit the person, because every person has their own way of making money. I'd say if you're great at football, then pursue football. I'd say if you're great at tennis, the same thing. If you're a chef, start a restaurant. And if you believe you're a great business person, then I'd say do business that you believe will make you money.
Okay, nice.
And for me, I'll then go into me, because I know we're talking about Adam Abraham, myself today.
Yeah.
I love property. I love import export. I love manufacturing. I love the beauty businesses, and I love luxury, and I love trading.
Nice.
So all of these are businesses that I'm familiar with, that I'm comfortable with, and that businesses that I know that I can make money in very easily because of the experience I have within the industries.
Okay, to learn a bit more about yourself, tell us a bit about your childhood and like the early context of your life.
So my early childhood was, we grew up quite rough. We grew up in an area called Hackney. It wasn't like the best of areas in London, probably the worst of areas in London. But I had a great upbringing because I had a very close family community. And yeah, I mean, it's not really much I like talking about my childhood, because obviously it was quite rough. We had a rough childhood. Growing up in that type of area, there's always things that happen. Lots of bullies in the area, a lot of robberies. People was getting robbed all the time, So I grew up in an area where you got to be careful. Like, if I got out of a brand new bicycle, got to be careful if someone taking it before I get home. And then you sort of learn to defend yourself very quickly.
Okay.
Because it comes to that position where, either someone takes something of yours, or you get away from it, or you become someone where people can't take anything of yours at that point, But
Do you know like martial arts and self-defense, stuff like that?
yeah, so I studied with Mugendo. I studied at Mugendo for many years.
Okay.
I was with Sensei Raf, and I studied with him from quite a young age. He used to train champions. And then I was with Paragon, John Lawson, and he was a champion as well. And then I started to train at KO. And then I moved on to China. I went to China in the Shaolin Temple. I spent like 4 years on and off in the temple.
So proper training.
Proper training. I trained for so many years. When I came back to London, I was known as a martial artist from like the age of 12 to around the age of 26, 27 years of age. Where I was just always in the ring. The dojo was my like the place for me to go, where I felt at peace the most. And yeah, it was great, to be honest with you. You got to move on. That's what I realized with martial arts. It's great. You can be strong for so many years, and when you stop training for 1 or 2 years, you sort of you don't lose on how to punch and how to kick and how to wrestle with someone, but then your strength is not at that top level anymore, because you're not focusing on that. I said, well, I had to focus on family because I had children. I had to focus on making money and to support my family. That was a priority. Even though I had money from a young age because of the businesses that I started from very young, it didn't feel like it was enough to complete the dream that I had.
Oh, okay. So what age did you actually go to China?
So I was in China from age 15 years of age.
15
years old. And then I spent quite some time there before about 4 years before I moved on to Ghana and Accra.
Okay.
We're digging for gold in
Digging
Tema.
for gold.
And then after digging for gold, my uncle's friend who owned the gold mine had me working there because my uncle wanted to invest within the gold mines. But even before we could invest, he hit gold. He hit the mine, and I think he got like it wasn't a lot. Now I don't consider it a lot, but it's like 50 million at the time. At that time, I was like, wow, 50 million is so much money. But then after now it's like, oh, it is what it is. He should have hit $1 trillion. But at the end of the day, he hit that, and then we had to move. We had to leave Ghana because it gets a bit dangerous when you hit like gold and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
The governments want their money, etc. But everything was sorted. It took a couple of years. I moved on to going into India, the textiles businesses, and from India I came back to London, where I started Harley Teeth Whitening, which was a teeth whitening clinic. Moving on to dentistries, moving on to treatment clinic called Harley Treatment Clinic, moving on to the microblading clinic, moving on to Cables UK, Brackets Are Us, Money Counters For You, We Buy For Cash, Prestige Buyers. I ended up opening so many different stores in London. just sort of opening stores, trying new things. The majority of the stores were successful, which was great because it just helped the income. Then the property business went from zero to spending, I think, about 50, 60 million pounds of my dad's money, which was great for experience.
Yeah.
Because my father was like, oh, I've got loads of money. But it wasn't like in one go. It was every week was buying the property. Could be 500,000, 300 grand, £1 million, £2 million. So just spending so much money on a weekly basis, understanding how to build up someone else's portfolio with my father. And then every time I got money, I'll buy my own one within that. So, if I'm buying 8 for him, I'm buying 1 for me. Because obviously then my money's building up at the same time.
Yeah.
But he was earning a lot more than I was. And it just really helped having someone really knowledgeable around me to sort of guide me, because I feel that my father was my biggest guidance. And because he has so much knowledge on manufacturing, import, export. My father was in China and spent 10 years in China. And it just really helped. There's a massive benefit having someone in business around you. I don't feel people want to start business and they have no experience. No problem. They will be successful. If what I say is Allah wills. If it's written or it's written. It doesn't matter. But I know that because my father, because I knew it was written for him.
Yeah.
And then equally it was written for me. And, as much, we can work as hard as we want. But I know that with experience, it's a lot easier. Because my father had to grind, from, to the, when he was my age, he wasn't as successful. So now at my age, my father would look at me and go, wow, son, you're the most successful. Yeah. But, at his age, I expect to be even more successful.
Yeah.
But that's because of him and his guidance and his love for me and how he trained me.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're here in Love Luxury, beautiful shop in Knightsbridge. How did this start? How did you start this?
So Love Luxury was just formed in COVID times when I moved on from the pawnbroker style businesses that I had in the East End of London. And I just really wanted to do something different. And I love luxury.
So what are you selling? What's the main products?
So here, my wife focuses on handbags in this particular branch here. And we have a watch section.
Wow.
And then we have diamonds and we have gold. So I have a channel on YouTube called Just Love Luxury.
Okay.
And it's just based on people walking in, buying and selling handbags.
Yeah.
People selling watches like Rolexes, Patek Philippe, Charmel. People selling their wedding rings, or like the ex, if they got married, they had wedding rings before. They sold them, and lots of gold. Today somebody walks in and I purchased a large amount of like jewelry, but it was in a weight of gold.
Okay.
So it could be a Cartier, somebody had a Bulgari piece of bracelet that was like worth like 100 grand.
Yeah.
It was diamonds all over it, and we got deals done. And I bought about 8, 10 pieces. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great to see gold. It's great to see handbags. It's great to see watches. It's great to see diamonds. I love it all. Anything to do with luxury, I love it. Hence the reason why the company's called Love Luxury, because I used to love luxury. Because I told my wife, I love luxury. She was like, well, Love Luxury is a great brand.
Yeah. So how do you authenticate the products? So obviously you must get like a lot of people coming in, selling the products. So how do you make sure it's all like real and genuine?
So with diamonds, you have to study.
Yeah.
So you got my wife, for example, who studied diamonds, and so did I. But with Rolexes, we both met at the Rolex course.
Okay.
So with Rolexes, it's really easy for us. It's movements, it's straps, it's boxes, it's bezel, it's understanding the product itself.
Yeah.
I feel when you've held 10,000 Rolexes, and you've looked at so many, even after you study, the main part of studying is when you're actually on the shop floor. And about 8-9 years ago, when I was on the floor, and I got to see so many watches, alhamdulillah, thank Allah, I've had no problems whatsoever in 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in that, nothing's got past me. If I felt an intuition of it's not right, I don't buy. I don't need the money. I don't need the money for stress. Yeah, because you get this feeling of, this bezel doesn't look right. The color's slightly off. The weight feels a bit weird. It's a bit sticky on the crown. Or, or that this movement isn't the movement for that Submariner on that 2021 one. And you just say no. Or the story doesn't add up, where there's always something that does not match up on a not genuine watch.
So you can always
There's always something. And the thing is, it's like spider sense. Spider-Man has senses, and he gets that sense of danger. And it's with human beings, we also have those senses, and it happens all the time. I get those senses, and so would anybody else in the industry. I think anybody who's into watches gets those same feelings.
Okay.
And same with the bags. The same with the bags. Now I can spot a Hermes bag miles away, but we use Baba BB and Entropy, AI Intelligence, Sotheby's Authenticators. My wife knows, I know, everyone knows anyway. But we also use third-party companies for insurance purposes. to
Yeah.
protect the brand, protect everything. And alhamdulillah, may Allah bless us, we've had no problems with that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with the gold. Same with the diamonds. You know, you just have to be experts in the field. The same way a guy knows how to change, you know, like my wheels on a Rolls Royce. You know,
Yeah.
I don't ask him, brother, how do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he knows,
as
yeah.
because he works for Rolls Royce. Yeah. So I'm hoping he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm working in Love Luxury, it's because I know my business and I know the model and I have the right people in house to make sure that my clientele are happy. Because at the end of the day, my business is not just to make money; it's to make my clients happy.
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you stand out from your competitors? We're in Knightsbridge at the moment. You've got a lot of department stores like Harrods. You've got Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Dior. How do you stand out?
So we stand out because of our personalities. So alhamdulillah, social media is a massive thing,
Okay.
and that has given us a massive head start.
Yeah.
We know we're the new kids on the block of luxury in regards to our competitors.
Okay.
So our competitors, most of them, 80, 90, probably everyone. I think everyone has been there before us. In regards to being in the business, they've been 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I wasn't here 40 years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born. So, at the end of the day, how could I have been the first one on the block? Alhamdulillah, I can't. Yeah. But we've established ourselves. We've put our feet in the market and we have become, I would say, in my heart, the most transparent in business. And I think that's because of my deen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that to me has been massive. As in, my religion has paid. My religion is in this business. Yeah. Allah is in this business.
Yeah.
I'm with Allah. Allah's here with me, and that's who you. When you come into this business, you come in seeing a brother who's with the people. Yeah. I don't need your money. I'll tell you what's best for you. Yeah. At the end of the day, I will tell you that if it's not right for you, I said, brother, it's not right for you. People come in to buy something. I said, how much money you got? They said, I got 10 grand in the bank. I said, don't buy this. They said, why, brother? I said, because times are getting harder, brother. I don't need 10 grand. Someone else is gonna buy that. Everything sells, alhamdulillah. Yeah. So for me, it doesn't matter, and that's the reason why I feel I stand out in this business. Because deen,
Yeah.
the only reason why I stand out, and that to me is a trillion times better than any other business model. Like if you have Allah in your heart and you're clean and you're sincere and you have halal money for your family and everybody around you, brother, nothing can take it away from you. And whatever he's written is written anyway. And I work as hard as I can. And he then says, Adam, no problem, Adam. Whatever he's written here, he's written.
So as a successful person, what motivates you to carry on working every day?
I love working and I feel as if though I'm just at the beginning. Yeah. I feel as if though I have so much in me. And I meet a lot of people who are very successful and they're very hardworking.
Okay.
To me, it's not just about like the money. It's about the challenge. It's about being the best at anything that I do.
Yeah.
So, and also I don't want to sit at home and watch Jerry Springer all day. Like I'll get bored at home. I'll be honest with you. As in, like, I can be the world's richest, most famous, most successful person in the dunya, and I'm still gonna go to work in the morning. I'm still gonna want to see someone. I'm still gonna want to talk to someone. I'm still gonna want to be hands-on at the bottom deck, at the top deck, at the middle deck. If I want to spend my time doing something, regardless of what it is. Even if it's speaking to a client, people speak to, oh my God, they're speaking to me and they feel like, oh my God, the boss is here. Yeah?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's for me to understand. Because like Elon, he's on a shop floor, meaning he's on his shop floor. Yeah, whatever he's doing, his aerospace, he's on the floor. He understands every part of his business for a reason. That's the same thing. Any business person needs to know every single part of the business, even setting up the podcast room. Yeah, having the podcast right. Yeah, as in having social media team right, hiring team right. The inventory team, like finances, paying everybody. My job is to pay everybody. That's one of multiple, many of my jobs is making sure everyone gets paid every single month. They can feed their families at the same time. And that to me makes me want to get up. Like hiring people is a great feeling. Giving people opportunities is a great feeling. Knowing that somebody would have earned 32 grand for the rest of their life, and then they're coming to work for me and 150,000 pounds, knowing that they're worth 150,000, but even they didn't know that. That to me is like, I'm happy that this person earns that much money, and the next person earns that much money, and the next person earns that much money, because to me it's like, wow, I knew they would be successful, but even they did not know. Because I wish I had an opportunity when I was much younger, which I did, great opportunities, but no one believed in me, really. I believed in me, which is completely different from now. I believe in people.
So you basically enjoy what you do,
I
basically.
love it.
Yeah.
I love all businesses. I don't care what the business is. It could be if we're gonna flip a property, if we're gonna open up some new ventures, if we're looking into restaurants, if we're looking into real estate. I don't care, as long as I'm working, I'm meeting people. If it's a painting, a Monet, if it's a Picasso, if it's a Rembrandt, if it's a Banksy, I love it all. If it's business, I'm in.
Yeah, definitely.
What was your first job then? How did you start? What did you do before this?
Before this or my first job?
Let's go back to your first job.
My first job was in Micro World, Tottenham Court Road. My first job was my father, actually. Yes, I was 12 years old. This story I've told my wife before on my own podcast. She already knew the story. It was working on opposite Camden Station, Ryman's downstairs. My father had a stand. He used to sell hairbands for women, so it was free hairbands for £1. My first job was to shout out, "Free for £1, free for £1." Yeah, and I was very embarrassed as a child because it's very difficult to sort of shout things out because you feel embarrassment, to be honest. And that was to buy a pair of £110 or £120 trainers at the time. He gave me a job for 6 weekends to earn £10 Saturday, £10 Sunday for 6 weekends, 120 quid. Because he never had the money to buy me a pair of trainers for 100. He probably did have the money, but he wanted to train me.
Yeah.
So the first job was working for him outside the stand, outside in the cold, on a market stand. The moral of that story was when I did get the £120, he said to me, "Come, let's go buy the trainers." And I said, "I can't do it," because I said, "I worked so hard for this." And my dad realised I've learned a lesson from that particular sort of, that work that he got me to do in order to save that money to buy the trainers I wanted, which I did not want after. But he bought it for me anyway. And that was just the first, that was a very emotional lesson for me, because when I go deeper into that one lesson, it was a lot deeper than just those trainers. It was a lot deeper than just the money. It was a lot deeper than my father training me. It was very emotional. Yeah. As in, I've told that story for about 10 times in my whole life, and I've cried 8 times saying that story. Cried. I physically felt emotional from it because of what it made me today, how it molded me into the person I am today.
Would you ever thought that you're going to get to where you are today from when you started your first job?
My first actual job, I didn't think of success. So I wasn't thinking about being successful. I was just happy to make the money and pay my bills.
Yeah.
Because I had rent to pay. Okay. So when I was working like 14, 15 years old, when I didn't want to go to school, my father was like, "You got to work." I got a job at Tottenham Court Road, which is another emotional story, which is quite a long story. Brief it, he got me, he said to me, "Son, you're not going to school, you don't want to study, you get a job." This is just before I went to China. And he got a CV for me. He took me to Tottenham Court Road on a Monday, got me walk around the whole to the bottom of Tottenham Court Road, from Oxford Street, cross at Warren Street, come back, jump in a car. He asked me if I got a job. I said, "No, I haven't got a job." He's like, "What do you mean?" Because you've been like to 100 shops, you ain't got a job. I said, "No, I haven't." Tuesday morning, he woke me up, same thing again. I remember in the morning, I was crying a bit. I said, "Dad, I don't want to go, it's embarrassing." Yeah, it took me to the same place, parked the same car. I walked down the same road, crossed the road, come back, all ran from Oxford Street, down to Warren Street, back again, jumped back in the car. He said, "Have you got a job, son?" I said, "Dad, what are you talking about?" Like, the guy just said to me, like, "What are you doing here every day?" The same people who saw me in the morning, it was first thing in the morning, before customers come in, said, like, "What are you doing there, son?" I said, "I need a job. Like, I've got rent to pay in the month." The third day, my dad came to our room again, like a Wednesday, and he's like, "Come, let's go out again." I was like, I think I swore for the first time. I swore at my dad's like, "I can't do this." I was in tears. I was like, "Dad, you got me, it's embarrassing." He parked at the same place. I didn't get in the car for, I think, half an hour. I don't remember how long it was. I was young at the time. We argued, or I argued with him. Got out of the car, went to the first shop from Oxford Street. It's called Micro World. I walked in there. I went to the first concession because it's full of concessions. Every shop has concessions, meaning got different people selling like whatever. And the first guy sold TVs for cars, MP3 players, and watches. Cheap, like 200, 500 watches, MP3 players, 300 quid because they were popular at the time. It was MP3s. I don't know if you guys know them.
MP3s.
And then I spoke to the guy. The guy said, "Son, you came on Monday and Tuesday. What's going on?" Yeah, I said, and then basically I was a bit emotional. I said to him, "I got rent to pay. I need a job. Blah blah blah." And he said to me, "I've never seen someone so persistent." He goes, "Come, start right now." Yeah, and I remember I got the job straight away on a Wednesday morning. I went back to the car. Within about 5 minutes of walking from the car, and my dad just opened the window and said, "Have a nice day at work." He automatically knew that I already had a job, and I knew he knew that things I didn't know because he was a lot smarter than me. So he really knew how to train me as a young man. And the first month I got my first paycheck, I think I got paid £450, £550. I think £550, I think it was minimum wage. And I had to pay him rent, which was £550. So I said, I don't have enough money, because he gave me money for my bus,
All right.
my ticket. So I owed him money for those, about 70 quid. And I had the £550 for the rent. So I never had enough money to pay him 70 quid and the £550. And he said, you can keep your first month just to get you going for the next month. Yeah. And then I remember I gave it to my grandmother, like the money, because out of respect and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was very happy with that particular move that I made. And that was that sort of the training that I had. And success didn't really, I wasn't thinking of money and success. It wasn't in my thought process.
Okay.
When you're a young man, you don't, I mean, when I grew up, our thoughts, now the 15-year-olds love supercars and houses and this and that, but we never had social media. We weren't looking on social media, looking at everyone, you know, like me on social media. People go, oh wow, this guy's got nice cars, he's got this, he's got that, lifestyle, everything's expensive. So people might look at me and go, I want to be like that person. Yeah, but for me, I never had that mentor. I'll look at Alan Sugar and just go, wow, he's a successful businessman. Alan Sugar wouldn't drive around a flash car.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Yeah. Richard Branson didn't drive around a flash car. So my mentors were not flashy people.
Yeah.
My mentors were people who are just super successful, had massive bank accounts, but I didn't think of their houses. I didn't think of their cars or their boats or their yachts. All I thought of was, wow, he made HMV, or he made Virgin Brand. Oh, this guy, he made an aerial and that made 100 million. So I was thinking more about the success as opposed to the success and using that money to have a great lifestyle.
Nice. Nowadays, it's easier to get inspired. Like if you go online, you'll see someone driving a Bugatti. You'll see someone with a big mansion. You're like, nowadays it's a bit different, isn't it?
100%. As in the it's different even for us. I see people online now and go, wow, I wish I had a yacht. It's only like $1 billion. It obviously doesn't suit my lifestyle. But yeah, alhamdulillah. I mean, being a Muslim, the thinking changed a lot since I came back to the deen.
I've never seen anyone in London with like a supercar entourage. So what inspired you to have a supercar entourage?
So I don't have a supercar entourage.
Like a luxury car.
Yeah, luxury car. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of it is for like social media marketing.
Yeah.
So I might use some stuff, but obviously, like security for my family is a must regardless.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I can spice it up. Like, I can make it look nicer. So if I'm walking around with 2-3 guys that are walking just like behind my wife, about 10 steps behind my wife, I could just make them walk right behind her.
Okay.
Yeah. So instead of that, you won't know. You say, oh yeah. But then you see 2 normal guys walking behind, you won't know that they're with us. Yeah. But then if they're right behind my wife, then you go, oh my God, look, there's people walking with a thing. And the reason why I had people walking with my wife and my daughter was honestly because of social media.
Okay.
Because before social media, they would not get approached everywhere we go. Yeah. And now they get approached everywhere we go. I feel like I'm on edge if I go out with them, because all I'm thinking about is, honestly, would someone try to rob us? Like, because I know I grew up in Hackney, in a place where people rob you, and you ain't got no money. They're robbing you for nothing. They're robbing you for a phone. So if you're gonna walk around with a 100 grand watch, 200 grand watch, a 50 grand bag, I know now the boys are now out there robbing shops. And they go with, they're robbing people. Around Knightsbridge, you got this watch crime thing. People are getting robbed daily. Yeah. So I don't walk around with, I don't walk around with anything whatsoever. You might take my Laura pianos off my feet. It's 800 quid or 900 quid. That's the most you're getting from me. But and my wife does it now. Before all the fame, she'd walk around with a lot more stuff, and now because of the fame, she doesn't walk around with anything. Because I told her, nah, put it away. There's no reason to, if they do come, at least they don't get nothing, first of all. And second of all, it's easy for you to, get out of the situation by you can move a lot easier when when you prepare for things.
Yeah, I feel like safety is the most important thing, especially when it comes to, valuable items, stuff like that. But yeah, I think so. I saw a video of you. Is it with Yanni? I think you wrapped a few of your cars with Yanni.
Yeah.
Was it which car was that?
So that's a car my wife bought for me as a gift and kept for herself.
Oh, okay. Which car was it?
That was G63.
G63. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So she wanted a G63 and she thought she was like, oh, I'll buy my husband a G63 when I don't. She knows now I hate a G63.
Oh.
And then she bought it and I was like, babe, I don't like G63s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Range Rovers. Not in a bad way. Range Rovers are big.
Okay.
Yeah, or like a Cullinan.
Cullinan,
Yeah,
man,
Cullinan.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like I mean, the reason why I still like Range Rovers is because they're even more comfortable. Like they got like like for me, because I'm always a passenger, and I don't drive.
Yeah.
As in, I do drive every car, but I like being a passenger because I'm working on my phone a lot. So what I tend to do is I get someone to drive me, or get my wife to drive me. So I'm just on my phone, just like responding to 165 WhatsApp messages while sitting on a podcast. Yeah. It's just obviously that's how my life is. Yeah. So and I'm just have to respond to messages. I'm on my emails, text messages on my private social media channels. So for me, it's about relaxing, and I find a Range Rover just feels like a sofa to me. I'll be honest with you, I just feel like this. Like I've jumped in every car, from the Rolls Royces to the Range Rovers to the Mercedes. Even the S Class at the back. I wasn't buying S Class just be chauffeured around, but I actually prefer the Range Rover passenger seat.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because S Class, you've got reclining, got the feet coming up. The Maybach version is even better because even like more relaxing and stuff. But I still like the Range Rover feel. I'm very high off the ground.
Yeah.
I put my chair back, and I've worked in a lot of Range Rovers, and I felt more comfortable. But she bought the G63. She loves it. My daughter decided on a wrap or something like that.
Okay.
And they were like, we want to get a wrap with the Animais and stuff. I said, no problem. I'll arrange it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what is your favorite car then? Like your favorite?
Honestly, doesn't faze me
Does it?
at all.
Yeah.
Like at all. I love all types of cars.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. I don't feel it. I don't feel like, oh, I love that car. I like look at cars. I like saying, oh, that's a nice car, but like an SVJ, I've always loved the SVJ. I jump in one, I hated it. I'm like, how uncomfortable this car is.
Yeah.
First of all, we're in London, we got humps, 20 miles an hour, bumps everywhere.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. Like you're like, yeah. And the thing is, me, I'm like, if I'm working as well, like if someone's driving me, even in my own car, I'm like me, I can't do that.
Yeah.
All I need is to be relaxed. If I'm driving somewhere, I want to be relaxed.
It's comfort over like, looks and
Comfort
stuff
over
like
anything.
Yeah.
So anything that I feel like I'm hovering, I'm happy with, in the most comfortable seat.
It's decent.
So as an entrepreneur, what makes you a good entrepreneur and / a leader? What makes a good entrepreneur?
What makes me a good leader, I would say, because I can answer that, and what I believe in myself as a person, is by knowing how to lead. Being able to stand at the front line, and being like the best that I can be. But coming back, if I go back like 20, 30 years, I've always been a leader. So I grew up in an area, and I was a leader in that area, and I was a leader out of all my friends, and I was a leader of everything I've ever done. I've always been at number 1 position. I've never been at number 2. I went to a wedding yesterday, and someone said to me, "Oh, I've seen your TikToks, and like that's not really who you are. Like you're really jokey on the TikToks, yeah." But they said, "We know you. You're strict. You're like boom, yeah." But I said, the world has changed. You got to be a bit more relaxed. Things change. I've changed with the world. At one point of life, I was super strict. We don't have time for no one. I have time for BS. None of that happens around me. Yeah, it's either if you're in here, you're in here for a reason. If you're not in here, then unfortunately, see you later. Yeah, and then when Dean came to me, I became a bit more relaxed. I realized that. When I found Dean, things changed for me a lot. As in, my whole life changed 360. Because without Dean, you could do anything you want.
Dean's first.
Yeah, without Dean, you could do anything you want. Like this dunya is like a playground.
Yeah. Was there like a vital moment in your life where you kind of that made you think and like come like back on the Dean?
That life was very overwhelming, and it caused you a lot of anxiety. So I found myself. I found me and my partner. We got together, and we made a conscious decision to really focus on ourselves as people. And after that, we then started to think about the religion. I started trying to practice. It was slow. It was a slow procedure. But when she started really focusing, we focused together, and then we went from being a type of person to being completely different together. We started praying Salah together every single day. We haven't missed a Salah, I think, in 4 to 5 years.
That's good, mashallah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, that to me is massive.
Mm.
You know, wake up praying Fajr with your wife in the morning and your kids pray Salah with you at the same time. That is like, to me, I'm done.
Yeah.
Success. Don't need nothing. Like, I'm
Yeah,
done.
that is success.
That is done. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's tick, 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 tick. How much money do you need, brother? Brother, pay Fajr.
Yeah.
Yeah. As it, look, you know, plan for the Akhirah at the same time. You know, my wife is massive on charity. I've done something massive for charity recently. Probably the only person in the dunya that done it. Yeah, at the end of the day, even there's trillionaires out there that could, you know, that could be part of this project of mine. But I've always wanted to be the biggest of givers. So, you know, that's my aim. So I could build a massive mansion in paradise for myself.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you can have a massive one here.
Yeah.
But then when I go there, I don't want to be left out. You know? I want to make sure that I'm going in the same direction.
Yeah.
I'm living it here. I want to live it there.
Rolls Royce Cullinan there as well. You get me?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I want to have a mansion in Accra, and
Yeah.
I know how to do that. Yeah, and that's the plan of action. The plan of action is to build in both places, not just build here. Building here is not a hard task.
Yeah.
Building there is not a hard task either, because now I know it's not hard, because it's about learning to give, learn to be able to provide, build the ummah, be the most charitable, be loving to everyone around you. You know, even I'm loving to all my clients, all my customers, every single person I meet, as long as I'm not tired.
I've seen you got a lot of watches as well. So what's the most expensive watch you've sold here?
So it was the Le Mans for about £500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah. I mean, I should have sold watches that were more expensive, but most of the watches are always under £500,000. So
Yeah. What's the market like?
it's alhamdulillah,
It's good. Yeah.
no stress.
Yeah.
There's always a market, you know.
Yeah.
There's a down. People say, oh, the market's not busy right now. Alhamdulillah, you said it's not busy, or it's not busy, but it's still busy. It's not
Yeah.
busy, but it's still happening.
It's happening,
you know,
yeah.
it's not as busy as when it was here.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, you know, I always keep it consistent with trading. There's always business.
Mm.
People say there's no business. There's always business. Like, just because you're not making 10%, you can always make 2%, 10 times.
There's always something going
There's always something happening, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might not be making 50 grand on that watch today. I could be making 2 grand on that watch. But I've now moved 20 of them today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it was just a balance of, all right, I haven't got the $500,000 watching, but I got 120 grand watches in
Yeah.
that I'm moving. So it doesn't. I balance it, and I got people that have learned to balance it, where they're like, oh, we haven't got, many £250,000, £200,000 pieces, because we had so much stock that was £200,000, £300,000, £200,000, and we sold it all.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, we don't have that much £200,000 stock anymore. Now I've got stock that's only 150 grand, 100 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got loads of 20, 30 grand pieces, which is, to me, like the lower end of the watch market.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, no problem. It doesn't matter. You know, when a 200-300 grand stock comes, the reason we don't have any because they keep selling.
Yeah. So that's a good thing.
So alhamdulillah, so you know, we shouldn't be stressed. We got an RM in the other day. It came in, I think, on like the Monday and the Friday it was gone. So, you know, and we got a Patek in, I think Maria had it on a Saturday. It came in the door. I didn't even see the Patek. She used to ask me to transfer money to a client. I transferred the money to a client. Somebody walks in and buys the watch. And I was like, I didn't even get to see the watch. And I had to I asked the client, can I see that watch, please? And the client, "What, you haven't seen it?" I'm like, no, she just bought it. I saw it. And I saw it. I thought, wow, my wife would like this one. Because it's always Patek. Alhamdulillah. But
So you're selling. Always.
just keep it on.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Turn the stock around. Financially, keep money back in the pot. Buy more stock. And that's how you make more profit.
That's it. So you've got Love Luxury Dubai. How did that come about?
Luxury, Dubai has not opened yet.
You opening that soon or?
Yeah, inshallah. I'm in process right now.
Nice.
So, inshallah.
Anywhere else around the world?
America, Singapore, Malaysia. About 4 or 5 countries.
You've got shops, yeah? Like units?
Yeah, I mean, the plan for expansion.
Okay.
The plan for expansion, yeah, inshallah.
Nice.
So yeah, I've seen recently on YouTube you spent I think it was 3.5 million for your daughter's apartment. How much would you be like? What's the most like? How much would you be comfortable spending?
In regards to comfort, it's whatever my wife's comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, for me personally, what I would be comfortable in, if I had no one, 2-bedroom flat, apartment, penthouse apartment, nice, big. It'd be big.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be proper, but it would be 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need a 1,000-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I don't want to clean up. I don't want to have cleaners all around my whole house all the
Yeah.
time. One cleaner come in, clean my bedroom, clean the spare bedroom, and done. Or like main bedroom, walk-in wardrobe, and a spare bedroom. For my wife, 200 trillion.
Yeah.
The biggest mansion in the dunya.
Yeah.
If alhamdulillah, if I had the money to buy her the biggest in the whole dunya, that's exactly what I'll do for her. Because it's more her, it's what she likes, what she wants, and it's her feelings.
Yeah.
So it's more considering someone's feelings. But for me, I'm easy.
Yeah, more of like a presence. Like that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. As long as I got my space, got my nice space, got my walk. I got my wardrobe sorted. I got a spare room in case someone wants to come see me.
Yeah.
But I've got family, I've got kids, so it's different. Now it's like okay, me, my wife's room, the kids' rooms, spare rooms.
Yeah.
Just I need so much more space.
Okay.
So now it's minimum 7-8 bedrooms, and now it's minimum mansions. But it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you advise someone with like 6 figures to invest into property? What would they do?
It's because I'm in Knightsbridge and things now so familiar with high-end properties that with 6 figures, if you're on the 99999 figure, which now I'm going to call it because you said 6 figures, and I always think about the maximum of 6 figures, £1 million, you can get a studio or 1-bedroom flat in this area for £1 million.
Not much.
Yeah.
It's not even worth you investing.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
I would just say go for ex-locals out of the area, somewhere a bit further out. See if you get something 600 grand. Rent it out for 3.5, 4, 5 grand a month. The returns are not as good anymore.
What's the minimum in here in Knightsbridge anyway? What's the minimum that you can buy? Like
Million.
minimum
Yeah, minimum million.
million. And it goes up to a lot, like 10, 20 million. More than that.
I saw a flat over here for like 35 million.
35 million. How many bedrooms is that?
Like 5.
5.
Small. Tiny. I was
They don't
confused.
have no driveway though here, Knightsbridge.
Nothing at all.
No garden.
No garden.
It's the area, isn't it?
I was confused. I was like, this is... Because I was thinking to myself, if I want to buy something around it, let me look to see if I can buy something close, just right here.
Yeah.
I got a place on the next road down, but I was like, it's just something, the most expensive thing I could find in the area. And I was like, it was not what I was what I expected for that much money.
Yeah.
And I saw others for like 40 million, 50 million. And I was like, I just can't see it. I just couldn't see the money in there. Like you go in and you're like, nah, I'd rather go Bishop's Avenue.
Where's that here?
Hampstead. Like proper mansion. It might be 30 million, 20 million, 50 million. There's some 100 million there, 50 million there. But they're proper mansions.
Swimming
proper
pool,
swimming pool, driveway,
everything.
big gardens. It's a lot of space.
Yeah.
For your money. 20,000 square foot, 25,000 square foot, big space.
Countryside, more space.
No, not countryside. It's in middle London. It's in Hampstead. Yeah, Hampstead. Bishop's Avenue is the Billionaires Row. So it's called.
Okay.
Decent.
You got like a lot of rich people there. A lot of successful people. And people that have houses, they don't live there. They usually just have a house there, and they'll just
go
for
there whenever
status.
they want.
Yeah.
I don't think they even go. They
just go
go.
there.
They probably stay in a hotel.
Yeah. Just go there.
Yeah, but they got a 50 minute house. It's normal. But I'd want to live there.
All right.
But yeah.
For a entrepreneur or someone that wants to become an entrepreneur, what would be the best advice that you'd give?
Study your game. Focus on your plan and your execution. Sort of work right, For an entrepreneur, you have to study. It's not. I found it really hard because I wanted to be an entrepreneur for so long, and time has flown by, and now I felt as if I was an entrepreneur like 17, 18 years ago. But I don't know. You could feel it. You could be an entrepreneur by buying and selling trainers, Nike trainers these days. People. The world's changed. It wasn't like back in the day. Back in the day, we saw entrepreneurs. There's a very different way. Now, like back in the day, entrepreneurship wasn't even something people wanted to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't like back in my day. It was like, what do you do? I want to be an entrepreneur. Like that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this. I want to
Go
be
the
that.
traditional
But
way.
I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Pre the entrepreneur days, people. It was a hype. Now everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Now every single person I meet, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start my own business. I want to be my own boss. I want to be my boss. Yeah, and I want to make money. I want to make money. Yeah, I said, all right, no problem. Alhamdulillah, try your best. At the end of the day, now the competition is so much more
Yeah.
than what it was when I was growing up. Like out of all my friends, there's 2 of us. And I'm talking like 1,000 friends. Like I grew up in a big area with a lot of friends and a lot of people, and we had big entourages. If you think my entourage is big now, my entourage before with 30 cars.
Yeah.
deep, and we used to be in all, and our supercars back in days was E63s, C63s, M5s, M3s. We used to love it, all of us, like that was our, like our cars and who we was as young people. And we used to have so many of us, and not everybody was entrepreneurs. Most people working for people, families were rich, families were rich, or whatever the weather, or whatever people do for money. Everyone knows whatever there's money, everyone's got money.
Yeah, definitely.
But and out of everyone, there's two of us who became entrepreneurs. One started restaurant chains. It's not really the most successful business in the world, but he's still an entrepreneur. Yeah, but it's a small entrepreneur.
Yeah,
He could make 100 grand a year. It's it's better than him working for someone else, earning 50, 60, 70 grand a year.
So would you say start small then?
100%, yeah. You don't want to lose all your money.
Yeah.
I lost my money loads of times, but I was happy to lose the money. Okay. After I was happy to lose it because I had income. Okay. So, but I would say start small, take your time. I say find a mentor. Find a mentor that can guide you in exactly what you're looking to do. Because I don't recommend it for everybody. The same way I'm not going to recommend my son to be a footballer because he can't kick a ball. Yeah, but if he goes, how'd you be a footballer? I'll be like, well, it ain't made for my son. I'll tell you that from now. And if he wants to be one, I'll tell him, just quit whilst you're ahead here before you start, because I know he can't. I know he's not gonna be a footballer. So I just find it like entrepreneurship is not made for everybody. It could be made for 5% of the population. So you could try to make it you could try to make it, you as a person, but how far are you gonna go? What number of entrepreneurship are you gonna be? Out of 8 billion people, where are you? Where's Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Number 1, yeah? Or like Jeff, number 1, number 2. There's certain, certain 1, 2, 3 spots in the world, and there's, or you can have 1,000, or you can have 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. If you're like 4 billion down, to nothing, just consider a different route.
So do you think it's like more of a mindset thing?
Mindset, and you just got to be in you.
Yeah.
You really got to be a businessman. You can't pretend yourself.
Yeah.
I can't say, I'm gonna be the next number 1 world champion and MMA fighter in the world just because my mindset is right.
Yeah.
I got to start training. I got to get down and dirty. And being a business person is the same thing. You got to get in. My cousin yesterday, he's 21 years of age and he wants to be a businessman. I said, what you doing? He goes, I'm working for someone. I said, well, that's not a good start.
Yeah.
I said, you might want to quit. And start business, And he's like, what do you mean? I said, how you going to learn business if you work for someone? He goes, I'm going to learn their business. I'm going to do it better than them. Yeah. I said, well, great. That's a great mindset. How do you work? And he goes, 2 years. I said, well, that's long enough now, mate. I said, you worked for 3 months. You should know already what you got to do right and wrong. 2 years is a long time. Because I remember when I was 17 years of age, and I was making money even whilst in China in the temples, and that was a massive success. So for me, at 21 years of age, I already felt like I bought my first house at 19. So, at the end of the day, and that was like £250,000, £249,000 at 1% stamp duty, because it was under 250. And it was great. It was a great time. I sold it for £500,000 about a year and a half later. So, and that 250 was all profit. I had to pay tax and that was it. And then I already had money coming in as well at the same time. And then I reinvested in something else. And I remember by 21, I felt very, very accomplished. A lot of people, like friends around me, didn't have houses. Living in council flats, which is not a problem. But they weren't in a position to do what I was doing. So I felt like very accomplished from a very young age. But I was learning a lot by being from ground up, as opposed to thinking I want to be something, but I'm not putting that effort into it. So if you're gonna be an MMA fighter, you wanna fight everyone around you. You wanna get in a ring with every single human being.
Yeah, you wanna be the best.
You wanna be the best. Like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Floyd was here the other day and we were having a conversation. Yeah, Floyd, we were relaxing together and he was there for a couple of hours and we just had conversations. He was fighting some guy in O2.
Oh, okay.
A couple of days after his birthday. And I was like, bro, like, I saw you. He goes, like, it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I said, bro, are you not fighting at 8 o'clock? He goes, ads. I'm like, bro, it's going to take you an hour and a half to get to O2. He's like, no, don't worry. I'm like, what do you mean, don't worry? You're fighting in 3 hours. The O2's like 2 hours away, an hour and a half traffic, yeah? He's like, they'll wait for me. Yeah. And after, I said, but are you not going to warm up? He goes, I'm going to whoop his ass. Yeah. But that's his mindset. Yeah, he knows, but he's mindset, but he's champion. He's serious fighter. Yeah. Regardless of his personality or what people think about him, you got to give it to him for being the fighter he is. Yeah. And that training with that mindset equals a success. So you're gonna be a businessman. You can look at Floyd. You can look at Mr. Alan Sugar. You can look at all the successful people in the world. that training with that mindset is success.
Yeah, so
And I've been training my whole life,
so you got part in the blood, sweat, and tears as well.
100%. And you need luck as well at the same time. You need a lot of luck, you know.
It's luck.
Yeah, I mean, like the way I determine luck is just try 1,000 things. You're bound to get lucky.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I done. You know, I was like, you know, at the end of the day, I can't afford to get lucky. I can't afford to wait for luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try it.
Risk it.
As many times as possible.
Spread the risk.
Yeah, because then I know that I failed only 6 times, or I failed 6 times, I'm closer to success. That was one thing for me. Is like, if I keep failing, my father said this to me because I kept failing a lot. Yeah, from a very young age. I'm like, oh, I made loads of money. I keep failing now. How am I going to become? How do I take that another level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my father was like, well, you've only failed like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, well, exactly. Does that mean I'm a failure? He goes, no, it just means you're getting closer to success. So just wait, and then that time's gonna come. And when you hit success, then I realized that you sort of get on that path of success because you learn how to be successful.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow, okay, now I know how to be successful because I failed so many times. Let me just continue the success route. But now it's like how far you could take success. How far down the road we can be successful.
So you got multiple businesses, yeah. Who inspired you to become like a multi businessman?
My father, massive inspiration. Yeah,
Your
he
father's
always wanted me to
inspiration,
be. Yeah, massive. He wanted me to be a businessman. So he said to me, son. He said something. He always used to call me lazy. That's the truth. Yeah, he said, "You're so lazy. You know, wake up late. I wake up at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Yeah, I used to, for me that was early. Yeah, but for him, he was like, oh, you know, he wakes up 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, he goes to work at 6, 7. He works till like 7 o'clock. He was grinding.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do that. Like, I felt tired. So I felt like a tired person compared to him. And then he was just a motivation to me, massive motivation.
Do you not have any other role models that you look up to?
None. My dad only.
Okay.
Yeah. Only because I love him.
Yeah.
It's my blood, and he's been the most successful person that's been close to me. I know people that are way more successful, like you know, like people that we both know on TV and other people that
Mainstream,
yeah, successes. But it's because your father's always your role model. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm a role model to my son. So you know who better than my father, to me.
Yeah.
You know. And you know that's because of love. That's because of Dean as well. At the same time, you know, who better to look up to than your own dad?
Yeah,
you know,
true.
or our Prophet Sallallahu
Prophet, yeah.
great trader. You know, I look up to our Prophet. I don't care about the money he made. Yeah, I just look at him as a person, as an example, as how clean he was with the gold trading. You could show it, keep it very eye in your eye, keep it very transparent. I still do the same thing today. I've done the same thing with the gold. I bought the gold. I weighed it in front of the woman. And the woman said, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I said, look at it. I said, take your glasses. She said, how do you know? I said, because I saw you. She was squinting. She wanted to see. And she looked at the glasses. She looked at it. And she trusted me. I trusted me. But I wanted her to be like our Prophet. I wanted to do transaction like my Prophet.
Sunnah, yeah.
And I keep that all the time. I keep it within my business model. And alhamdulillah, it was a profitable transaction.
Yeah. No
And
pun intended.
She knows I had to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's business. That's what business is about. You make money.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I was happy that I gave her the maximum amount possible, and I was happy to have made the amount that I made.
So how was it? How is it on social media working with your family?
So alhamdulillah, so as you know, you see my wife and my daughter
Yeah.
on social media, and myself. A lot of people ask this question. I've had this a lot. You know, first question is, what's it like working with your wife? Yeah. And a lot of people that have been around me have said they could not work with their wife. Yeah. And what I say is, alhamdulillah, it's a blessing to work with your wife. Yeah. You know, the same way it's the best to pay fajr with her. It's the same way to work with her. It's the same way to eat with her. And it's the same way to spend your nights with your wife. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, it's halal. Yeah. Is she happy? Am I happy? The answer is, I know for a fact if she was here right now, she's happier working with me than not working with me. And I'm happier working with her than not working with her. Because she has my back and I have her back. Great partnership. My daughter, our child, one of them, loves social media. She loves it because it's made for her. We've got other kids that are not on social media that you've never seen before, but there's others behind the scenes. Yeah, you might see the one daughter and there's 3 kids that are standing next to her, but the camera's pointing on it at one. And if my social media team just done that, you see 3 other kids, but you only just see one because that's where we pointed it at. Yeah, we pointed it with a child that wanted and enjoyed to be with her parents and to work alongside her parents.
So you're working as a team, basically.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that's a big team.
Yeah, it's team because at the end of the day, it's fun working with your family. It's fun doing things with your daughter, you know. Like, and also these are memories for me when I get older. Yeah, instead of me having it on my own phone, which I probably will never look back at, on TikTok it's easier.
It's easier. Yeah.
Yeah,
TikTok,
so you
yeah.
know, like it's memories for me to see. We had fun together. We went out together. We was around the world. We're traveling. We're buying things. We're doing things, and it's just easy because I can look at my own TikTok and go, "Oh wow, you know, it was really nice. We went out to that meal. It was really nice to spend time with my family and seeing it from a different perspective because I'm the person. But when I see it from even my own TikToks, I'm like, oh wow, we had loads of fun. You know, we have loads of fun,
Yeah.
and I have loads of fun whilst doing it. But it's actually fun watching it sometimes as well.
Yeah, but watching you on TikTok, yeah, you've gone viral, man. Like,
Yeah, I think have you got like a million? Is it a million followers? Is it-
Yeah, so we went viral quite quick. So I think we went from obviously zero, started at zero,
Yeah.
to about 500,000 in about 2 months, and then another month or two is like 200,000. We're doing about 100,000 a month.
I think what people get attracted to is the cars that you got. People are watching the cars. That's what makes it attractive.
100%, yeah. Luxury lifestyle, cars, family,
Holidays.
entertaining, holidays, entertaining,
Yeah.
trends. You know, like we're doing things together, funny things together.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'll be honest with you. I like working with my family. I love having fun. As in, like, you know, my best friend is my wife, and my second, third, and fourth best friend are my three kids that are 9, 10, and 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, when I'm with them, you know, when my wife was in Dubai, she was doing some work, and I was at home. I had the three kids because they're the ones who stay. You know, they're the younger ones. They're with me. We went out to eat. We went to Gravity. We went out like park. I mean, we went out to Kai. We were in Benares. We were in Michelin restaurants. And they were just living their best life.
Jeez.
We had no cameras around us,
Yeah.
but you know, I took it from my phone, just us as like our
Personal,
family,
yeah.
personal
Yeah.
thing, you know. But we were, you know, they were living their best life, you know. I don't like talking about the you know, like the cost of the meals because of the living crisis and people going through struggles at the moment. But at the end of the day, you know, I
You work hard for it.
Yeah.
I will spoil my kids. I love it, you know, and they get anything they want at any given time, you know. But as you know, within limit, as long as they deserve it.
Yeah.
As long as they're working, they're studying, they're putting efforts into things, I'll do it for them. I don't care
Yeah.
because it is what it is. At the end of the day,
Why
you know?
not?
Alhamdulillah.
So, what's your future plans? Where are we taking Love Luxury next? What's goes?
So Love Luxury is one business model.
Yeah.
I've got multiple plans in mind. I don't really like talking about them before things have come out because I don't want to like ruin the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like ruin the plan by like people hearing it and then I don't know, like it not working out.
Nazar and that, evil eye.
There's massive amounts of nazar out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, my wife's got a plan for Love Luxury, so have I, and we were going to fulfill that plan, but I've got another plan. So if you're watching this in a year, guys, from now, watch out for the next plans and watch what I'm doing then, because it's completely different to what I'm doing today. I've done so many things already. They haven't been documented. You know, documentation was Love Luxury, and that's when it expanded from social media presence. But before that, it would have been great to document each business because this is the 14th shop, guys, or the 14th business venture that I've been involved in my life. And it's been one every 1.2 years so far.
Oh.
So even every year we plan to do a new business.
Yeah. So you mentioned Love Luxury Dubai, so I'm guessing that's opening soon as well.
Yeah, Love Luxury Dubai is not for business.
Okay.
Love Luxury Dubai is to get my family in Dubai,
Yeah.
just so they can chill. Yeah,
Yeah.
they work, they enjoy the business. People know us there. Love Luxury has become a household name
Yeah.
to all the children, all the parents out there, and we get a lot of you know, we get good feelings from people. And Dubai is a great place for our family. So inshallah, the kids will be able to enjoy a better quality life with sun, with beaches,
Sun, yeah.
and just in
Halal
the
food.
environment, halal food, which is
Yeah.
problem for us in London.
You got the
Find it hard-
mosques.
Yeah, to loads of mosque azan.
Yeah.
I want to hear it. You know.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
So
I
waking up to Azan.
want to be in that environment. You know, I want to be
beautiful.
in that clean, nice environment. You know, it's not for everyone. Dubai is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, it's for my wife definitely. I know she loves it. It's for my children. I know they love it. Like, you know, the water parks.
Yeah.
What better memories
Yeah,
than to have your kids at water parks? Because I remember I went water park like once to Florida, Wet and Wild, or twice. And I still remember that as a child. Imagine going every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, my childhood was wicked. You know, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want my kids to grow up and say I had the best childhood of my father, and I want to be there with them in the water parks. I want to spoil them. I want to be there, you know, at the Ski Dubai, spoiling them. I want to be at the nice restaurant, the best restaurants in the world for them to enjoy life.
Yeah.
I also wanted to have the reality check of London
Yeah.
and what's going on here and the problems how dangerous it is, but I also don't want them to be around it.
Mm.
So you're moving to Dubai then? You're not staying in London?
No, I'm a London boy.
So just your family and take your family to
Yeah,
Dubai.
take the kids there.
All right.
I'll leave the kids there,
Yeah.
and with people safety.
You're staying here, yeah, London.
Yeah, me and my wife will be running around up and down the world. Me and my wife, we're not gonna be just here. We got to go around.
International.
Yeah.
International businesses.
Yeah, so we got to be around everywhere. But the kids can settle themselves for now until they get older. When they get older, they can travel as well with us, inshallah, if they want to do business. So
Nice. Any motivation for the viewers for business?
yeah, so my motivation for you guys out there is always, if you have the deen, which is something to me that's the biggest motivation that has helped me be the person I am today, and that's the only thing I can tell you is any conversation without our Prophet ﷺ or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is no conversation whatsoever. So I'm only going to be promoting my deen, and that's it for today. So I hope you guys are successful, and if you guys need any help, you got your two brothers here, Cashflow Convos. They can help you with the convos because they're probably more knowledgeable than I am right now. Allah knows best in guiding you in the right way.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your time, Adam. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate you coming on our podcast and sharing your inspirational story. I appreciate all that. And that's it, really. We're just going to wrap up this podcast. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this podcast, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll catch you in the next one.